Hello dear fans. All about the planet Uranus. Uranus, the seventh and third largest planet in the solar system, was discovered by British astronomer William Herschel in 1781. This is the first planet discovered with a telescope. Uranus is 2,877,000,000 kilometers from the Sun, which is 19 times the same distance to Earth. What else is interesting about the seventh planet of the solar system? Azure planet. Uranus is 4 times larger and 14.5 times heavier than the Earth, and 390 times weaker than the Sun. It belongs to a group of planets called gas giants. Moreover, it is one of the 2 ice giants of the nearest space. The main components of its atmosphere are hydrogen and helium. Carbon, methane, and other impurities are also present in some amount. It is methane that gives the planet its azure greenish color. The clouds of the planet Uranus have a complex, layered structure. The upper layer consists of methane, the main one is frozen hydrogen sulfide. Below is the second cloud layer, consisting of ammonium hydrogen sulfate. Even lower, clouds of water ice. It is difficult to determine where the atmosphere ends and the surface of the planet begins, but the structure of Uranus is still somewhat denser than that of other gas giants. At the center of the planet is a relatively small rocky core, and the mantle is composed of icy modifications of methane, ammonia, helium, hydrogen, and rock. Metallic hydrogen, present in the bowels of other giant planets, is absent on Uranus. Uranus has its own magnetic field, the origin of which is still unknown, and radiates much more heat into space than it receives from the Sun. Uranus is the coldest planet in the solar system. The minimum temperature recorded here is 224 degrees Celsius. In the planet's atmosphere, powerful and prolonged storms are observed, at which the wind speed reaches 900 km per hour. Uranus moves in an almost circular orbit. The period of revolution around the Sun is 84 Earth years. Uranus has a unique feature: its axis of rotation is only 8 degrees away from the orbital plane. The planet, as it were, rolls around the Sun, swaying from side to side. Another feature of Uranus is retrograde or reverse diurnal rotation. So in the solar system, besides him, only Venus rotates. A day on Uranus is 17 hours 14 minutes. As a result of all that has been said, an unusual change of seasons was established on Uranus. The seasons at the poles and the equator of the planet change in different ways. At the equator of Uranus, there are 2 summers and 2 winters during the year. The duration of each period is almost 21 years. At the poles, 1 winter and 1 summer lasting 42 Earth years. During equinox periods in a small belt close to the equatorial regions of the planet, the usual change of day and night occurs. The ring system and moons of Uranus. Uranus has 13 thin dark rings, 9 main, 2 dusty, and 2 external, formed later than internal. The first 11 are located at a distance of 40,000 to 50,000 kilometers. The outer rings, opened in 2005, are located approximately 2 times farther than the main ones, and constitute a separate system. The thickness of the rings does not exceed 1 kilometer. Incomplete arcs and dusty streaks are observed between the main rings. The width of the central ring reaches 100 kilometers, it is the largest in size. The rings of Uranus are opaque and consist of a mixture of ice and some kind of dark material. It is assumed that the age of the ring system does not exceed 600 million years. Perhaps it arose during the collision and destruction of the planet's satellites, orbiting around it, or captured as a result of gravitational interaction. The orbital planes of Uranus' 27 satellites practically coincide with the equatorial plane of the planet. None of them has an atmosphere and does not reach the size of minor planets. The satellites of the inner group are debris of an irregular shape, 50 to 150 kilometers in size. They all fly around Uranus in a matter of hours. The orbits of the inner satellites are changing rapidly. They are probably the suppliers of the material for the planet's rings. The largest are the main satellites. There are 5. The diameter of the largest of them, Titania, 1,158 kilometers. The main moons are composed of ice and rock. The third group, the outer satellites, have a reverse rotation, small size, and orbits with a significant angle of inclination to the plane of the planet's equator. The largest Ferdinand makes one revolution around Uranus in 8 years. Probably, they are all captured by the gravitational field of the planet from outer space. Thanks for watching.